Hello, welcome to Afro News South Africa. Please kindly subscribe and share. Turn the notification on, so you would be notified each time we upload a new video. Thank you all. Minister of Police Bheki Cele lashed out at the parents of children who perished at Bheki Tavern last week. When asked who was to blame for the catastrophe, Bheki Cele insensitively pointed the finger at the parents. Bheki Cele asked the community, "How do you go to bed not knowing where your 13-year-old child is?" shortly after the Bheki bar disaster. But Cyril Ramaphosa, the president, has spoken out against what Bheki Cele said. While speaking at the burial, Ramaphosa remarked that the parents of the 21 youngsters who perished in the Bheki Tavern disaster are not to blame. The president instead laid the burden on those who profit off of supplying alcohol to minors. At the mass funeral for the teens, the youngest of whom was 13, he was delivering a eulogy at Scenery Park in East London. Unfortunately, I must disagree with Ramaphosa. Bheki Cele was absolutely correct in his assessment of this situation. What type of parent would let their 13-year-old child to walk out alone at night? It makes no difference whether or not it is a bar. These are horrible times, and it is the duty of every parent to instill in their children a sense of what is right and bad. When asked about Bheki Cele's comments, Ramaphosa dismissed them, adding, "These were young folks, full of life. They were looking for a social gathering spot to celebrate the completion of finals with their peers. It's disgusting," adds Ramaphosa, "that there are those who blame the parents and the youth themselves for going there." As a follow-up, President Cyril Ramaphosa has advocated raising the drinking age to 21. On Sunday, June 27th, at the funeral for the 21 young people who had perished at the Bheki Tavern, the president announced the plan. According to Ramaphosa, the youngsters who perished were young and vibrant. They were looking for a social gathering spot to celebrate the completion of finals with their peers. If the parents aren't to fault, then perhaps the government is. If young people are forced to go to bars, to hang out with their pals, then clearly the government is failing them. The government has not provided enough youth-oriented entertainment options, so going to the bar is the sole option for having a good time. It's on Ramaphosa and his government if he says parents are not to blame. Again, former Eskom executive Michelle Akoko has argued that President Cyril Ramaphosa will go down in history as the worst president since 1994. He claims that the president has repeatedly failed to rise to the occasion. Akoko is one of the strongest critics of President Cyril Ramaphosa, and some argue that this emanates from the fact that he was fired from his Eskom position by Ramaphosa and is finding it difficult to move on. Even though social critics had called for Michelle Akoko to be reinstated at Eskom so that he can help relieve the load-shedding crisis that South Africa is faced with, he gladly declined, citing that he has moved on and will never look back. The former Eskom executive, however, maintains his stance that President Cyril Ramaphosa must vacate office as he is failing to carry out the tasks he is supposed to do. I honestly think that Cyril Ramaphosa will go down as the worst president of the Republic since 1994. An incidental president who failed to rise to the occasion, he